Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a Freecam mod that I've been creating for Xbox. So, as you know, for Xbox One, you can't just simply open the console, type TFC, and sort of Freecam around and see your character, take some screenshots, maybe do some showcases for your YouTube channel, I don't know. Simple stuff like that. So that can't be done. And obviously people requested this, and people have already said it can't be done, it's not possible. And yes, it's not possible. So what I've done is I've created a mod that mimics this. So basically it gives off the impression of a Freecam. It acts like a Freecam. It sort of mimics the function, but it's not to the extent of Freecam. So I guess I'll show you it. I did have so much problems with this, but I've ironed them out and it's working okay now. So basically, when you first get this mod, you get 7 spells, and the first spell is the main spell, which just adjusts, like, enables the camera, you can view the camera, whatnot. The other spells are used to adjust the position of the camera on the axes, so you can adjust it on a negative and a positive on different axes like Y, Z, X. So let's use the first spell and bring the camera to us. So this is the menu. You can set the position of the camera to you. You can enable disable the view, so you view through the camera or you don't. You can enable controls. Usually I made a function so when you enable the camera it disables your controls, so you can look around with the camera. But you can enable this yourself, so you can view through the camera but you can move around and stuff if you wanted to do that. You can set the movement speed. I'm going to set it as 16 because it's actually really slow. If you set it as 1 you probably won't even see it move, but I'm going to set it as 16. Default cell debug basically moves it out of the world and into a testing cell so it doesn't affect anything in the world, because I think this may have an impact on certain NPCs if you have it in the world. But it's only if the NPCs are at the camera. If no one's near the camera and you use this, it doesn't matter. It's just that there's NPCs at the camera. So yeah. Now, let me place the camera at me. So I actually haven't added a third person thing yet, so I'll add that soon. But you need to go third person, and for some reason, when you first spawn the camera, you're like stuck to one axis like this, or stuck to the vertical up and down movement. This is really buggy. I don't really know a really good way to fix it other than spawning the camera again. So you can see I am sort of Freecamming at the moment. I am obviously not viewing third person of my character, and if I were to enable my controls, you can see that I need to sort of turn around, so hopefully about there, disable my controls. So you can see that I'm clearly not viewing through my character. And if we were to enable controls again, we can see I can move my character towards the camera, whatnot, do stuff like that, scroll in and out. I can disable the view, enable my controls, come over here somewhere, and I can just stand over here, enable the view again, disable my controls, and you can see that it's still there. So that's pretty straightforward, and of course you can move it back to the player. So I'm not going to press it because there's no point, but yes, so you can see that that works. Now let's change it on its axes, so let's make it go up and down. So in Bethesda games, up and down is Z instead of Y. So let's go up and down. So every time you move, it snaps your looking to a certain angle. So, like, for example, when you see me move here, you see the camera's getting snapped. So that just happens when you're doing this. It's just to do with the angle of the camera, I think. So you can see the camera's moving. You can see it's gone high. It's doing pretty well. It's not really having any problems. Before, when I was making this, I had so much problems getting it to stay in the sky. It kept dropping down. It had so much issues. But I ironed that stuff out. It seems to be working fairly well now. So you can see I'm way up in the sky, and I can look around me, see my character down there. We can even change the other axes, such as the Y, which is basically this way. So front and behind me is Y axis. So you can see I'm going forward, and I can go back as well. So the reason why these are all spells instead of just in one menu, and you can just click in the menu, is because spells are way quicker than using a menu. A menu just takes a lot of time and it's really annoying. So that's the only reason why there's a menu for this and not for these, because spells are way easier. And we can also do X. So X is side to side. So we see I move to the left, and I can also move to the right, using the positive and the negatives. So you can see that that's working pretty well, and of course, if we wanted to set the camera back it up, actually, before we do that, we'll disable the view, just to show you that it will still be up there. We can move around somewhere, just, you know, do whatever. And if we were to view through it again, you'll see it's still up there. Still look around. Yep. And we can, yes, do stuff like that. We can also move it back to our player, if we wanted to do that. You can see it's now back here. And we can do stuff like that. That's pretty cool. And of course you can send it out of the world, just for debugging really. If you were to use it when it's out of the world, this is what happens. I don't recommend doing it. If you were to do this, it kind of will glitch your game. This is what happens. So don't use the camera if you're not near it. If you try view through the camera and you're inside a cell, if you're inside this building and it's outside, or you're somewhere else in Skyrim and nowhere near it, that's what's going to happen. You're going to have issues like that. The camera doesn't load stuff in. Your player does, not the camera. So, for example, if I was standing here and I was to put the camera all the way over by that building over there, the stuff over there won't load because my character's not there. So you have to be aware of that it will only load things in the area your character is in. Sort of like, if you play GTA, Grand Theft Auto 5, sort of like the editing function in that, how you're limited to a certain area, because that has the same effect. So, that's basically my Freecam mod. Got really frustrated at certain points making this, but I've gotten it working pretty well, and this is probably the best I can get it working. So, that's basically that, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.